India is the land of ancient religions like Hinduism and Buddhism. It is the land of yoga. It is the land of the Taj Mahal, the marble epic standing as a symbol and monument of true love, sacrifice, and dedication. India has always attracted others due to its cultural and economic heritage. That is the reason it was the attraction of Spain, Portugal, and England. England remained in India for hundreds of years until 1947, when India was given independence from the British rule. Today, the image of India to the outside world is that it is one of the highly improved countries, especially in IT technology. Indian IT specialists and engineers have made their places at the top of companies and organizations like Google and Microsoft. But is that image of India that the rest of the world sees really true? There is a different picture of India that is not known to the rest of the world. It is the picture of its millions of villages where people are still living below the poverty line. Here the people do not have the bare necessities of life, like drinking water or proper sanitation and living conditions. The children in these villages do not receive even a basic education. Women are treated as second-class citizens. They do not receive proper dignity and respect. Recently, the students of Connelly School, Anaheim, made a daring and adventurous journey to India, to one of its villages in Vellore, Tamil Nadu. They went to meet the girls from the hostel they were supporting through one of their teachers. Their experiences are amazing. It has changed them and their outlook toward the living standards there. They shared their knowledge with the girls in Vellore. They also learned from these simple girls. They traveled to other parts of India to explore its beauty and wonders. Come, let's listen to them.
Could you introduce yourself first?
Yeah, so I'm Joanna Juarez, and I'm a senior at Cornelia Connelly High School in Anaheim.
And I'm Chloe, and I'm a sophomore at Connelly.
Oh, wonderful. Now, Joanna, you were kind of the one who made that contact, or you are the one who began the work with the students in India. Can you tell a little about that?
Yeah, so when I joined the Human Rights Club, I saw the girls that we were sponsoring, and we learned a lot about the program, and I just thought it was an incredible program to give these girls an employable education. And for your senior year, you have to have a senior learning project, and I was like, "Hi, Miss Ernest, can we please go to India?" Joking, not thinking it was actually going to happen. And then she said, "Oh, Joanna, I'll see what I can do." And then she came back and she was like, "So you want to go to India?" And I was like, "Yes." And so that's kind of how it kind of got off the ground running.
Okay, okay. What did you do because I know it involves money, so how did you raise the fund?
I luckily had parents that were so willing to send me to India.
Okay.
Other than that, I kind of fundraised among my family members and asked if they could support me on this journey to kind of go on like a new exploration.
Yeah, yeah. Chloe, I'm sure you joined hands with Joanna in this particular, in this effort. What did you personally do in order to go to India and meet with these girls?
Well, like Joanna, my parents were super supportive in me in wanting to go to India. So I asked my mom, and she said, "You can go as long as I can go with you."
Oh.
So both of us went, yeah.
Did your mom also go with you?
No, I went
You
by
went
myself
by
with the group.
With the group. How many of you were there in the group?
There was about 12 of us, I believe, and it was a mixture of students and alumni of our school, faculty, and then parents who wanted to come along.
And what did you do there when you went to India and met with these girls? You spent 2 days, right?
Yes.
What did you do there those 2 days?
So before leaving from Connelly, we had lesson plans on what we wanted to kind of teach them. So I am going to college for theater, so Miss Ernest said, why don't you teach them a little bit about theater? So I brought along some games to kind of get them really excited about improvising and drama. And we also taught them dance, and we also did some spiritual activities with them. So we did these prayer books, and yeah.
And that night, as he tried to fall asleep, the door creaked, and the windows rattled, and the floorboards squeaked, and the chicken said, and the pig said, and the cow said, and the horse said,
What about you, Chloe?
Well, I kind of helped her with theater because I did it a little bit my freshman year. And the activities we did with them were mostly confidence building, and just, we taught them a little bit of English because that was important in India, but it was mostly just to build their confidence and just to have fun.
You spoke about confidence, you know, kind of instilling in them self-confidence, right? What did you do in order to improve their self-confidence?
Well, for example, for the theater games, improv takes a lot of self-confidence. You have to really commit to your choice. So for our improv games, we had them act as animals and stuff like that, and we'd have them guess what animal are you. And throughout the game, even in itself, we saw their self-confidence boost up, and it was really nice to see. Yeah.
You said you taught dances. Did you also learn some of this so-called Indian Bollywood dances?
Yes, so from them, they showed us one of their dance concerts, and it was really neat to see them, again, use the confidence that we had kind of just helped improve. And they were incredible, and it was so fun to watch them on stage. And then they brought us up, and we were dancing with them, and we have some videos of us kind of just trying to follow along, because it's pretty difficult. It's so different from what we know here.
I know. But do you know that Indian movie industry is the second largest movie industry in the whole world after Hollywood? Yeah. Now, what was your impressions, and what did you see there in reality?
We
Chloe?
saw, well, the first thing we saw were a lot of stray dogs. Like, that may not seem like a big deal, but for Joanna and the rest of the girls and us, like, it was incredible even just seeing dogs on the street. Like, they were so skinny, and they looked really cold, so that was our first impression, just the stray dogs. And then immediately the culture shock of how covered the women were and how covered the men were. it was just crazy. And to see the smog too, because when we were in New Delhi, there was a lot of smog. And yeah, and then we rode tuk-tuks, which is really fun. They're kind of like public transportation, I guess. And yeah, that was scary, the streets there.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, especially
Joanna?
just on the streets. There's such a huge emphasis in the U.S. about staying in your lane on streets, where in India there's really no
traffic.
lane, and you know, you're inches away from the next tuk-tuk or cycle rickshaw. And so in our pairs, we were like, oh, there's people everywhere. It was just so crowded, but we loved every minute of it. So.
Now, you were there with the girls for 2 days. And as you said, you taught some of the things from here about your theater experience and your public speaking and the self-confidence. Other than that, what did you see in them? The life situation and their school situation? What was your observation with regard to that?
We really saw an eagerness from all of the girls to learn and to just be involved with everything that we wanted. They were so willing to do everything that we wanted to kind of host there. And from hearing their stories, these girls have such a drive and a passion to get somewhere farther, and that was just really incredible. And I know that I can say this for both of us, that they're such great inspirations for us as far as strength.
It was just incredible to see the kind of joy, the raw joy that they have, and they can just laugh at everything. And you know, we didn't have a very similar language, but somehow we still managed to communicate. And we still managed to laugh with each other, and it was so much fun. Just like the 2 days I spent there are probably one of the highlights of my year. It was incredible.
What is it that remains with you even today? Now, when was this that you went? How many months back? Or
Yeah, it was about 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
What is the most fresh memory that you still hold on to right now?
Yeah, so something that I think was the sweetest moment was we taught them the Macarena, which is a huge, you know, culture.
Ay,
here.
Macarena.
Yeah, and so we taught them to them, and then when we were leaving on our bus out, they all lined up in the gate.
And they started doing the
Macarena as our bus pulled through.
It was
And
so
so
cute.
that really stuck with me as far as the friendships that we made there.
Okay. Is there anything that you would want to tell the audience from your experience?
Well, I just want to say, like, it was incredible just how much we learned from them. Like, when I talk to people usually about my experience, they're like, oh, what did you bring to them? Like, how did you help them? And honestly, I can say this for probably all of us that went, it was them helping us. Like, just everything we learned from them, how happy they were, how willing they were to love us, just incredible. And just the fact that we were there and giving them attention and really respecting them was so big for them, which was incredible. And at the end, we were hugging them because we were saying goodbye, and some of them have never been hugged before, and they didn't, like, we were coming to hug them, they didn't know what it was, which was insane to me. Something I take for granted.
Will you encourage your friends and even coming, the upcoming generations to do similar kind of?
Absolutely. I think that kind of awareness is something you can only get by traveling and really seeing and spending time in those communities. So I think that I would really recommend it to anyone.
Thank you.
Do you want to fall in love with God? I'm sure we all want to. The book of Psalms contains the directions. Thousands of years ago, people like you and me talked to God out of the depths of their hearts, revealing an intimate love. Psalms are the expression of the faith in God by people around 3,000 years ago. God was not a mere abstract creator, but was present, involved, and a real person of power and emotions. Now, when we read or listen to the Psalms, we can know the intensity of this love. Entering into the influence of the Psalms, we can find a path to know and love God. To know more about the Psalms, you should get a copy of Father Mike Manning's booklet, The Psalms. It will help you to understand the 150 Psalms better as he has categorized them. He uses the technique of acts: adoration, contrition, thanksgiving, and supplication. Get your copy today and know the categories. Learn to pray with the Psalms.
Call the number on the screen or email us. You can also get it through our website. Get your copy today.
I'm Rebecca, and I'm a junior at Connelly School.
I am Bridget, and I am a sophomore.
Rebecca and Bridget, thank you for being with us, and thank you for your willingness to share some of your experiences. Your teacher, Shandy, brought you to India, right?
Yes.
Tell us about your experience in India.
So, in India, we all went together on multiple buses and plane trips, and together we bonded, but the highlight of it was, of course, at the school, and we were able to make new connections and learn about the life over there.
Okay. What about you, Rebecca?
Yeah, to go off of that, it was my longest plane ride ever. It was really crazy for me, especially. Yeah, just the new culture that I learned so much more about it that I don't think I've ever really would have been able to otherwise. And yeah, it was a huge bonding experience for our school members and at the school, of course.
பாதுகாத்து வழிநடத்தும்படியாய் கூட ஜெபிக்கிற ஆண்டவரே, தகப்பனே அவங்க எங்களோடு கூட சேர்ந்து ஏசப்பா அவங்க செய்ய போகிற ஒவ்வொரு காரியங்களும் ஏசப்பா எங்களுக்கு தேவையான நல்ல ஞானத்தையும் மனமகிழ்ச்சியும் தந்து ஏசப்பா நீ தாமே அவங்களோடு கூட நாங்களும் சந்தோஷமாய் கர்த்தாவே இருக்க நீங்க கிருபை தாங்க ஏசப்பா ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டையும் கூட நீங்க ஆசீர்வதிங்க தகப்பனே.
You know, you were trying to also, you are helping them, you know, raising funds. What do you do in order to raise fund here?
So here in Anaheim and at our school, Connelly, I have done henna. I've done fundraisers for henna during global, yes, the hand temporary tattoo thing. So I've raised about $200 in total, and then all the proceeds go to that school.
What about you, Rebecca?
So I'm not really in the Human Rights Club. I decided to join along on the trip, but I have been trying to support the Human Rights Club whenever they have a bake sale or a henna. I try to do my part, and I also try to have some of my family members purchase some of the goods they've been selling. That's what I've been doing.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Back in, once you visited India, you spent, how many days did you spend with the girls there at the school?
About 2.
2 days. What did you do those 2 days?
So beforehand, we organized a lot of crafts to do, so we were able to bring supplies and practice with the people that were going along on the trip. And what I brought were the little lanyards to have the carabiner and just clip it onto some of their school bags. And so other people, including the teachers and staff at our school that went on the trip, they brought a lot of games and books that were learning experiences for the girls over there.
What did you learn from your 2 days spending there at the school? Rebecca?
Well, I learned this throughout the whole trip, but mainly in the 2 days. Just the amount of privilege we have and how our culture doesn't really always recognize some of the areas. Like, we mainly think of maybe more about our Western culture, and I think it was a really good opportunity to learn more about like their lives and their difficulties that are just so much different than ours.
Mm-hmm. Did you also dance with them?
Yes.
Yeah.
What kind of dance did you do?
Well, of course we did the Macarena with them.
The Macarena, okay.
And we also tried to dance along to some of the
their
Bollywood dances.
Indian movement, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was your experience of traveling in India too? Because you did go around doing a little bit of sightseeing, right?
Mm-hmm. So most of the time while we were in India, we took a large bus together, but a couple times, like after the bus left and dropped us off at the hotel, we wanted to go see downtown Agra. So we took tuk-tuks over there, and it was really interesting. The one that we rode in had LED lights and a disco ball and fringe decorations coming down from the top.
Yes, and our tuk-tuk driver was kind enough to play music for us. We were the loudest tuk-tuk out there. It was great.
How did you like Taj Mahal?
So I think we mentioned this earlier. We couldn't see it exactly when we were first there. It was beautiful on the inside, and later we got a really interesting view from the back, and we got to see the whole Taj Mahal from the back, but we couldn't see it very much up close, which was okay, but we were lucky that we got to go back to see it later.
Okay.
Indoors, the Taj Mahal, you could see the inside of it, but when you were outside, you could have your hand up and you couldn't even see your hand. The fog was
because
that
the
thick.
fog. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, you were able to see inside, but not the outside.
Yeah.
What was the highlight of your visit?
That would definitely be Pravaham, the school over there.
Okay. What did you bring home?
Well, I'm not going to lie, I brought home quite a few little elephant statues. I tried not to buy too many things because I really like to live in the moment, I guess. I brought a few like spices for my dad. He loves to cook. And yeah, I didn't bring that much.
Okay.
My dad was with me on the trip as well as Chloe's mom was. So he was able to purchase a lot of souvenirs over there. But I think the biggest thing that we took home are the photos and memories of the whole trip.
Okay, you spoke about you used the word memory. What is that memory which is going to stay with you for a long time now, for both of you, one by one?
I think that the biggest memories over there were when we took the rickshaw ride and how crazy the traffic was. And the other one is of just our connection with the girls at the school and how unbelievably close that we got within 2 days. And that, including the language barrier that we had, we still really connected.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Rebecca?
Definitely those for me too. I really liked the elephant we rode. The elephant ride was really crazy. We don't really have a whole lot like that besides like at a zoo. So that was really special for me. And definitely with the girls, just laughing and dancing with them and doing crafts, it was a really special moment that I don't think I'll ever forget.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Do you want to fall in love with God? I'm sure we all want to. The book of Psalms contains the directions. Thousands of years ago, people like you and me talked to God out of the depths of their hearts, revealing an intimate love. Psalms are the expression of the faith in God by people around 3,000 years ago. God was not a mere abstract creator, but was present, involved, and a real person of power and emotions. Now, when we read or listen to the Psalms, we can know the intensity of this love. Entering into the influence of the Psalms, we can find a path to know and love God. To know more about the Psalms, you should get a copy of Father Mike Manning's booklet, The Psalms. It will help you to understand the 150 Psalms better as he has categorized them. He uses the technique of acts: adoration, contrition, thanksgiving, and supplication. Get your copy today and know the categories. Learn to pray with the Psalms.
Call the number on the screen or email us. You can also get it through our website. Get your copy today.